Today's world is one of instant gratification, artificial senses of accomplishment, and praise failures as victories. Boys spend most of their time playing video games, suffering from social anxiety and depression at an age where all that should matter is that you're late for practice or about to shit yourself as you walk towards Sally to say hello for the first time. Instead of experiencing the feelings of failure of coming in fourth place in the 100-yard dash, they give you a ribbon and tell you you're a winner. Instead of receiving player of the game on their school basketball team or creating a piece of art that gets put up in their school hallways, their main accomplishment is getting a pickaxe upgrade in Fortnite. These boys enter adulthood with little skills for the real world. Other men and women walk all over them and take advantage of them. They develop the victim mentality that life gave them a shitty hand and it's the government, their parents, or society's fault they can't achieve what they want. They stay boys in their 20s, boys in their 30s, still complaining and whining instead of taking responsibility. Women struggle to find a good man because instead of a man politely approaching her, starting a conversation and asking for a date, they have to swipe Tinder and hope to find a needle in a haystack of boys who spend each night on Pornhub looking for a quick bag and tag. As men, we are protectors, leaders, hard workers, and fighters. We're descendants of great warriors, hunters, artists, and intellectual minds. We think logically and objectively and do what is necessary, whether we feel like it or not. Or at least we used to. A trending topic these days is toxic masculinity. And as I do believe that it exists, I don't believe masculinity is the proper word. Men who feed off their ego, who don't show emotions, feel the need to be dominant and make others feel small are not real men. They're simply insecure boys. They may seem like men in appearance and in charisma, but you'll soon realize that they're just a big bully covering up their own shortcomings. These are not real men. In today's video, I'm going to give you some tools that can help you thrive and how you as a man can become a wolf amongst sheep. Build the foundation with physical exercise and know how to defend yourself. We no longer have to fear going into battle or being challenged to a fight to the death. However, we are still protectors. We still have to embrace our fears and fight for our future and the futures of the ones we hold close. Physical exercise creates discipline in a man, immensely raises his confidence, and fights against depression and anxiety. Being strong as a man is a primal instinct needed to fight off potential threats. Now that we have a lack of potential threat and are surrounded by instant dopamine releasers, men see exercise as a chore and something they need to do to stay healthy instead of knowing that physical strength and stamina is a crucial factor to reaching their goals, to having the respect of their peers, to raising their value as a man, and giving them far more opportunities in all areas of their lives. If you don't exercise currently, just start slowly. Start with 3 days a week at the gym, or if you're like me, at home or at your local park. Running, weights, body weight. I would also suggest learning at least the basics of fighting. Not to get into fights, but to defend yourself or to protect someone from harm. There is really no excuse unless you have an injury to be regularly exercising. And gentlemen, if you have an extraordinary personality with the body to match, the ladies will take notice. What I like the most about exercise is it just makes me feel good. It starts my day off with that feeling of progress and accomplishment and gives me that natural high that keeps me productive throughout the day. There will come a time where you're going to have to stand up for your partner or your children. You may even have to fend off someone who's attacking you. You never know. And if you're planning on having a family, you're going to need the energy to play with your kids, raise them up above your head, and have them wake you up at 3 a.m. So if you want to create a better life for yourself, physical exercise is going to be the foundation to get you there. Men need to have clear direction and purpose. The reason many men are miserable and unhappy is their life lacks direction. They show up to a job they don't enjoy, to pay bills for an experience that doesn't satisfy them, and distract themselves with instant pleasures until they have to repeat it again the next day. It's a shitty feeling. I've been there and it sucks. You feel lost, kind of knowing you're just working towards someone else's goals. However, when a man has clear purpose, it brings a sense of value to his life. He's in this world for a reason, and that gives him the drive to work towards his goals. When a man doesn't have clear purpose, it's easy for him to fall into destructive habits. Things like junk food, video games, alcohol, drugs, all these types of things become abused as a form of escape. As men, we need to direct our energy into something meaningful, or it will direct into something destructive. Part of why exercise is so important is it's one of the larger outlets for our energy, allowing us to release stress and literally work out our frustrations. Not having a good day, hit the gym. You're most likely going to feel better. It takes a lot more than just working out and money to give a man direction. Many men are fit and financially and materially successful and are still miserable. Sometimes more miserable with all the hard work they put in only to realize their job in life doesn't give them purpose. Start with a clear vision of how you want your life to look. Create a plan through healthy habits, goals, and a reward system, reminding yourself of how far you've come. This will give you the drive and healthy outlets to pour your energy. Build confidence in all that you do. Most women will tell you that one of the most attractive traits in a man is confidence. Not to be mistaken with cockiness or the male ego, but a man who is sure of himself, a man who isn't afraid to make decisions, and a man who isn't afraid to take risks. The number one thing that's going to hold you back in life is yourself. If you don't have a strong belief in your abilities, you're setting yourself up for failure. If you don't first believe in yourself, how do you expect others to believe in you and believe in what you're doing? If you struggle with confidence, it will take some time to build. For most, including myself, it will take years. It starts with your inner dialogue, how you speak to yourself, how you judge yourself, learning to be loving towards yourself. A big part of that love is caring for yourself enough to stay in shape, eat healthy, and be self-disciplined. Taking responsibility for your life and eliminating excuses. If you continue to make excuses for yourself and lie to yourself, it will continue to lower your self-esteem and your self-worth. To become confident, you have to force yourself into situations that make you uncomfortable. If you lack confidence with women, go on more dates. If you suffer from social anxiety, force yourself into social situations. Don't like your body, start working out, practicing good hygiene. And if you're unhappy with your work, focus on improving or find a new path. As my subscribers know, and if you're new to this channel, I don't like to sugarcoat the message or make you feel like you're on a bed of pillows. Most people don't achieve what they want simply because they're not willing to be uncomfortable. I used to have social anxiety. I used to be terrible with women. I used to not like my body, and I was unhappy with my work. I had to learn to become comfortable with being uncomfortable to make those uncomfortable things comfortable. Find mentors. You should not be ashamed that you have weaknesses and negative thoughts about yourself and your actions or lack thereof. We are not born men. This is something we continuously learn. Nothing is going to help you more than finding mentors in your life. It doesn't have to be in person, although this is extremely effective if you need an exterior force to keep you accountable. It also doesn't have to cost you very much money. If you have a Wi-Fi connection and a library card, you can access unlimited amounts of knowledge and resources. Some of my favorite mentors around the topic of manhood and masculinity are guys like Joe Rogan, David Goggins, Les Brown, Marcus Aurelius. They've taught me the importance of discipline, purpose, self-confidence, and much more. As many of you already know, you can access much of their knowledge online, and one of their books will cost you the price of a large pizza with a side of hot wings. We need guidance, words of wisdom that inspire us to make a change. Take bits and pieces from mentors you feel would improve your life and put them into practice. It's awesome to have someone to hold you accountable. However, eventually, you're going to want to learn to become more self-reliant. Continuously learn and put into practice on a daily basis, and I promise you, it will completely transform your life. Speak and listen from the heart. Whoever tells you that real men don't show emotions are probably throwing fits in their bedrooms when no one is looking. We are only human. We experience fear, sadness, grief, and although there are times where we must be strong for our loved ones, there's also times where we should be vulnerable and express our concerns. Not to be afraid to express our feelings and to speak from the heart and to listen intently to the opinions of others. Most women will tell you that real men cry, aren't afraid to express their emotions, and stand up for what they believe in.